and it's locations big.
Kids want to recruit and play together. And these recruits here, Texas.
Coach
Sarkisian has, portal-wise, has brought in some kids. He's got a quarterback. And I want to ask you this before you start about Quinn Ewers. Are you a Quinn Ewers connoisseur?
I like him. I probably like him better than you do, but I don't think he's unbelievable. He's a Bama killer now. I'll give him that.
Somebody in the comment section help me why Quinn Ewers is great.
I do think he's above average, but I don't know if I'd put him as elite. You think he's elite?
I don't. You
may be right on that.
Jeff Anderson says LSU will win. They'll lose to spoiled children, Ole Miss, and Alabama be a toss-up. Chris and Clay. What's up, Nicholas? And the Yankees are 54-32, 0.5 games behind Baltimore. Okay, so
but they've been on a losing streak.
Oh, man, yeah. I'd read something the other day. So I think Texas is Sark's a good coach, but
I think he's excellent.
Just not a. I hadn't seen Quinn Ewers play a lot of games.
Well, we got hurt the year before last. All right, so Texas Longhorns. Now, I've got them doing very well, but you'll see why here in a minute. They got 12 starters back, but they added 5 starters from the transfer portal. And we're going to go over this right quick. Offensively, they do bring back Quinn Ewers. He's thrown for 5,600 yards in his career. And to be honest with you, 2 of his best games he's ever had in his career were against Alabama.
Because people get up to play. I mean, you want to beat the best team. You want to give them.
And that's not just hearsay. That's fact on quarterback rating. They lost both running backs, or they lost their main running back, which was but they kept C.J. Baxter and Jaden Ballou.
Good. Baxter's a dude.
Jonathan Brooks. Yeah. So, but they lost him. He rushed for over 1,000 yards, but they got Baxter back, who is not a starter. 670 yards, Jaden Ballou 400 yards. Those two will go back and forth. Blue 6 yards a carry. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Baxter was like all high school conference.
See, he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, he was great.
All right, I got 4 linemen back, which me and Matt's talked about that. Did anybody lose a lineman?
Yeah, some did.
Not many people.
At least 2 or 3.
Well, they got 4 back. 4 starters. So that's where they're going to be pretty good. All right. The big losses for Texas, though, are at receiver. They lost Xavier Worthy, A.D. Mitchell, Jatavion Sanders, and a guy named Jordan Winnington. But they got 4 starters from other teams coming in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not second-team guys from other teams. Starters from other teams.
Starters.
Yeah.
Got Alabama's leading receiver, Isaiah Bond, who me and Matt were big fans of. 64 catches, 1,000 yards in his career.
Second-team All-American.
Played in the Final Four. He did what Matt said. He just looked at his buddy, Amari Nablack, and said, come with me. Ewers can throw, man.
Let's go get it.
Milroe's not going to throw much. He's going to throw 20 times a game. This guy's going to throw 35.
Yep.
So he went. All right. Silas Bolden left Oregon State. He's got 80 career catches.
He's pretty good. I like him.
Yeah. Silas Bolden. Yeah. Started 2 years.
Yeah.
Oregon State, what was they, 9-4 last year?
Yeah, maybe.
Houston's wide receiver, Matthew Golden's got 75 career catches for 1,000 yards. So they got a starter from Alabama, 2 from Alabama, 1 from Oregon State, and 1 from Houston. Now, the big question mark there, though, Matt, is Ewers is not used to these guys like he was Sanders, Whittington, Mitchell, and Worthy.
Well, they've had the spring.
They did have the spring, which all of them were there.
And then they'll start here in a few weeks.
And who knows? They may be throwing every afternoon.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
All together. Yeah, Quinn may call. He meant, let's say, they can't do but 3 at a time. Okay, well, he calls Isaiah Bond and Silas Bolden and says, meet me over at the field.
Yeah, just go to the park and hang out.
There's no coach there. When they know all their routes.
Grill burgers and hang out, just what dudes do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, honestly, I'm not a Texas hater at all. You can see the hat back here on the shelf beside me. I'm sure they're dedicated enough to want to do something like that.
Well, see, I think that's what a lot of players do now.
Yeah.
I still say that's because this team right here we're watching, this LSU team that won it. Well, no, this ain't the one that won it. The one with Burrow, he had such a good repertoire with those guys. There's no way they just developed that in August.
Well, he had been there, see.
Yeah. And the offensive coordinator that came in.
is great.
So that's the offense.
Brady.
So I don't know. I still think, personally.
Offensively, sound good. You got 4
sound
guys
good,
back
but
on
I
the
just
line.
don't think it'll be as good.
Running backs
is fine.
Baxter, I like him now. Ballew's good too.
Ballew, yeah. And I love that name.
We checked the boxes of LSU. We went through the offense. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty good offense.
Defense, they got a guy or two that's going to be called every Saturday. He's going to have some tackles.
Got 8 guys back on defense.
That's pretty good.
One of them is a transfer. They had 7. One of them's a transfer. Anthony Hill, linebacker, 67 tackles, 8 for loss last year. Here they got a hard name here. David Gabinda, 109 career tackles. D-line, Ethan Burke, 9 tackles for a loss. Linebacker, Baron Sorrell, 88 tackles, career, 15 for a loss. They got safeties, Andrew Makuba from Clemson back. He got 143 tackles in his career.
Whoa.
Terrence Brooks, corners back, 3 interceptions. So both corners are back.
Brooks, I remember his name.
Malik Muhammad's back.
Remember that name too.
31 tackles. And other safety, Derek Williams. They're young. Texas is young. They're back.
So even though they're going to be good this year,
17 starters.
They'll still be good again next year.
That's the key. That's it.
Keeping them together.
They're going to be good next year because Baxter's a sophomore. Blue's a sophomore.
If they don't hit the portal. That's what's – but see, Michigan held it together. You saw them 5-year seniors they had on that team. We talked about it.
Yeah.
Golly, man. No wonder they won it. You had some 24-year-old men.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
It makes a difference, guys. It makes a difference.
But I'll be honest with you, and it may change, but I don't think right now Bond, Bolden, the Black, and Matthew Golden are as good as the 4 that left.
No, I just can't put them up there. Maybe one of them is as good as one of the other ones, maybe, but as a group,
no way. There's no way.
No. You just can't. Don't do that, man. Worthy, those guys are All-Americans.
I mean, they're first-round draft picks.
1,000-yard receiving, 1,200, 1,300 yards,
Now, these guys got 1,000 yards in their career. These guys had 1,000 yards in a year.
Yeah.
And that, not taking nothing away from yours, but that made him pretty good.
Yeah, it makes it easy. When you're throwing a Jerry Rice, it ain't real hard.
Well, Texas only lost 2 games last year. They lost in the Final Four, and they lost right at the end to Oklahoma on that slip play, right?
The rivalry.
Yeah, I remember you got mad. You said, how do you not cover that? That guy was just standing in the back of the end zone. Gabriel won that game for him, though.
Yeah.
But listen to that. That sounds pretty good.
So there's the case. You've laid out the paperwork. There's the foundation.
But it doesn't sound unbelievable.
But it don't have to be. Here's what I'll say to back up I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just damn.
But you're fixing to find out why it is good.
Because you don't have to have all those. Man, Michigan, how many names did we know? I remember doing preseason on them.
Oh, God, their linebackers are great.
And Herb Street, and then we went through names and we're like, who's that guy? Was that guy pretty good? Well, last year he was this. Well, but he's been there 4 years. Oh, okay. Stop it. Nobody picked Michigan to win last year.
No,
Stop that.
No.
Don't
Maybe later in the year.
Yeah. No, right now, last year, 2023, July, you picked Michigan. Don't lie. Don't tell me that because we all had Ohio State winning it.
Oh, yeah. Ohio State or Georgia.
We didn't have Bama winning the SEC. No.
So LSU, didn't we?
You don't have to be, those names don't have to blow off the board at you. The quarterback has to be good enough to get the job done. Mm-hmm. It needs to have at least a 79% QBR. Your receivers need to catch the ball, and he will. Blue and Baxter, those are good running backs.
They are very good.
4 guys up front, and defense, just don't give up 40. If you
they're going to be pretty good on defense.
Stay under 40 and give me 7 touchdowns. So the defensive coach is saying, I'm going to keep them under 6. I'm going to keep them at least 6 touchdowns or less. Can you win with that? And offensive coach is going, Sark's going, I can deal with that. I think I can score 7 touchdowns.
Well, and I didn't say nothing about this. There's a couple of freshmen come in that they're expecting a lot of. And guess where one of them's from? He's an edge rusher. Duncanville.
There you go. So the running back at LSU, this guy,
and the quarterback that's going to
Bama.
Bama.
So obviously Duncanville is not a bad. Well, I can't believe that Keelan Russell. Who is that? He was going to SMU. Bama got them. Boy, they got a good one. He's going to SMU because he's playing at Duncanville. They're good. Okay, case proven. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Now here's why I think, not because of their players. I think their players are good enough to have a good year.
That sounds like a 10-win team.
That does. But here's going to.
But
This is why
let's look at
I
the
know
schedule.
it's a 10-win team.
Let's look at the schedule.
All right. And I think Matt will agree with me, and I think y'all will too. All right. They start out at Colorado State.
Who?
They're not going to lose to Colorado State, y'all.
They wasn't bad last year,
No.
but they don't have the same team. I think their quarterback did. I'm not joking. Their quarterback was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think he's the coach's son.
Well, I think they ended up playing
They won
Colorado
probably 7
well,
or 8
didn't
games, Yeah.
they? Then they go to Michigan.
2:30 ESPN. The Longhorns open August the 31st. So they're not even September. They're going to play a Saturday, October 31st at 2:30 ESPN. I will not probably watch that game, but I may because I just love football and I'm just ready to see it play it. Then they go to no, that's good.
The Big House.
They're going to play at Michigan.
Man, I'm just going to be honest with you. I think Michigan lost too much. I don't think they lose that game. I don't think Texas loses that game.
They better not lose that one. Texas better not.
That's on paper to be a good game, but I
That's
just
gonna
don't
be-
see it. Do you?
Game of the day, Fox. That'll be
At the
probably-
Big House.
probably Joel Clatton will probably do this game.
I just don't see it. I mean, I don't see Texas losing.
But don't be surprised. I'll do a Michigan spot if you want me to, because I've watched Clatton talk about them.
Yeah, we can do one.
They're not bad.
But they're not like they were
No.
last year.
But they're not going to be 6-6.
Right.
They think that they're going to continue right on. They're going to win 9 games this year.
I just don't see how when you lose that much firepower.
And the coach,
Yeah.
which he didn't coach half the season.
Well, that's true.
Okay, at Michigan, and then UTSA at home at Austin.
That's a win.
September 21st, ULM Warhawks, 7 o'clock on SEC Network or ESPN Plus.
Louisiana Monroe, I think that's another win.
Last win, 21-0 Warhawks. Joking.
See, guys, these are games you're not going to get upset.
Yeah, we
more than likely.
don't have to break them down.
No.
They don't have any games for us to really break down, but maybe the Michigan game we could talk about more deeply. Mississippi State, I ain't talking about it. 3:30, they hadn't announced the time yet. Then they're off October the 5th.
At Okie.
Red,
Can they look ahead to Georgia and lose to Okie?
Allstate Insurance, Red River Rivalry
It's not at Okie. It's in the
is the Red Rivers. It's the Texas State Fair.
Yeah.
It's at Arlington. And that's at 2:30, ABC or ESPN, guys, 2:30.
Can we give them a toss up on that?
The SEC's first Red River rivalry.
I think they win it.
The Red River Shootout has never been an SEC game. Just think about that for a second.
Never. No.
But October the 19th, 2:30 or 7, they come home for this one, Dean.
Georgia.
Now let's be fair. Now let's do what we did with everybody else. So this is how you figure this stuff out. Now, who's Georgia play the week before? I'm fixing to tell you.
And he's good at this.
Georgia is going to play when they have to go to. Georgia's going to have to go to Texas, but the week before they're going to have probably a late game at home versus Mississippi State. But
So they're going to be probably more than likely not going to be real beat up. Mississippi State's not supposed to be very strong.
But will Georgia be undefeated? Because they're going to be at Alabama 2 weeks before. And then they have homecoming the week before. They got, I done told you that they scheduled Auburn for homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
Woof. That is
Georgia might not be undefeated.
Is that not a shot?
Yeah.
Is it? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You don't, I mean, homecoming games like, hey, bro, if they don't fire Auburn up, they ain't got.
I don't know why they did that unless they just couldn't.
Sometimes you can't help it. And I'm going to play a little mean here. But if you ain't got a pulse, you're not a Auburn fan or a player. That would make me mad.
Yeah, that's usually not done.
It's the South's oldest rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
And you schedule me for homecoming? Oh, bro, I'm fixing to tear the house down. I would be fired up.
Yeah, that's pretty
Right,
brutal.
let's go back to Texas. So Texas has Mississippi State the week before, pretty much cakewalk.
And they got the big rivalry with Oklahoma, then Georgia.
To Georgia. So they beating Georgia?
I think it's a toss-up. I think they can.
It's at Texas. And Georgia's and Texas is coming off of the Red River game, which is smoke show last year.
They're going to be looking for revenge there. I don't know. I'm telling you.
They're going to be unfocused, and Georgia's going to come into town there. And I don't know, man.
I think it could go either way.
I'm going to say this off the mic because I don't want to share this news right now. Just a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, if
I read those lips,
if Texas wins this game, I'm not going to come on the show Sunday and go, "Holy crap! I can't believe what I just saw."
No, gosh, no.
But I don't know if some Georgia fans, realistically, Birds, please let me know. If y'all lose this game, are you going to be very shocked?
I wouldn't think they would be,
because they may be this may be like number 2.
This may be a top 10 matchup.
Top 4.
Yeah, could be.
I mean, this is probably going to be.
I think it 100% will be a top
5.
15.
No. What?
No, I'm talking about both teams in the top 15.
Yeah, they're being both in the top 5. Texas and Georgia, they're going to be preseason in the top 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm looking for maybe Georgia to have a loss before this.
Right. And
I don't think Texas will.
That may put them at 6. This could be a top 6 game.
Well, yeah.
Number 6 versus number 2. Big game.
I don't think Texas loses, though. I don't think they lose to Michigan or Oklahoma. Sorry.
Hey, we talk, walk it like we talk it. All right, they're going to go at Vanderbilt, win off. That's a loss. Idle monster got him.
Well, they got him again.
Now, let's get to the last part of it. November the 9th at 11 o'clock, ABC and ESPN. Gators are headed to Texas.
Well, what me and Matt's decided that out of those 8 games that the Gators have that are brutal, that they're going to win at least 2 or 3 of them. But is Texas going to be one of them? I don't think so. In Texas.
No, not it. I just don't.
Okay.
By God, if Billy does, he may save his job because this may be his last game. You heard it here first.
It could be.
If he loses this game, they'll say, "All right, you're done."
Yeah, because that's going to put him at about 4-5 or 4-6. Then he's got Ole Miss. Then they go to Arkansas.
Win.
Kentucky comes to. I think Kentucky's going to be very good, but I don't think. If it was at Kentucky, I could lean more towards Kentucky.
We're unsure about Vandegrift. I get it.
But
for Kentucky,
not in Austin.
I'm not real unsure about Vandegrift at Kentucky. I've watched him play a lot. Watched his high school stuff. Mm-hmm. Some people don't cover him. He's from over this way on the East Coast, over here at Georgia area.
Do you think Kentucky can beat him? I would if it was at home. I don't think so there.
How good was their offensive line?
Kentucky's.
Yeah.
They got everybody back.
Guys, I'm just going to say.
5 and their backups. I mean, it's ridiculous.
But
Kentucky's got everybody that was on the roster back. I mean, pretty much except for the running back and quarterback.
I'll put it this way, and we'll let you finish with Kentucky and A&M. These last 4 games, they're not going undefeated in that last stretch.
I don't think so.
They're not going undefeated in that last stretch.
Mm-mm.
They're not. Texas will lose
to somebody.
This will be one of their losses because we got them pretty much winning most of these other games.
Yeah. And then we've got A&M at A&M, which is a rivalry game rekindled. It's not a rivalry game here lately.
November 30th.
What, in the last 11, 12 years, they said? Or 15?
Texas A&M 2011.
Okay, 13 years. All right. So, and I've got Texas going 11-1 or 10-2. Now, most of that's because of the schedule. Georgia and Kentucky are their toughest opponents. They go to Michigan, but Michigan lost everybody or lost a lot. Oklahoma is a neutral site. I'm not really impressed with A&M. They go there, but I just don't think their schedule's tough. I think it's out of all the schedules we've studied, which will be 14 now, right?
Yep.
It's the easiest one.
It ain't much. It's about as good as Ole Miss's.
I think it's easy. Yeah, Ole Miss did have a.
Yeah, Ole Miss like they don't play. They play Tennessee. Don't play
No.
Bama. Don't play. I mean,
Texas don't play. Tennessee don't play Alabama.
Texas
Don't play Ole Miss.
Texas. All the big.
They got Georgia and Kentucky.
They got Georgia.
Yeah,
and Oklahoma, if you want to count, because it is a rivalry.
I think Kentucky's going to be ranked, but Kentucky's got such a tough schedule. They may be done by then.
That's the thing. And if they're not healthy, if they're starting right tackles out.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I got Texas at 10.5. I think they'll go 10-2. I'm saying I'm 10-2. I'm doing 10.5.
I go along with
that. Okay. But
10-2.
I don't think they're not going 8-4, y'all. Y'all don't forget that.
No. I ain't gonna do that. No.
And don't come on here tonight and go, dang, Texas gonna find out what this SEC's all about. 7-5. That's not gonna happen, y'all.
They don't even play. The first SEC team they play is the 28th of September. Is the first SEC
their fifth game.
And it's Mississippi State.
Who's not going to be very strong. They may be in 2 years, but it's not going to be this year.
Their first real good SEC game will be at the Texas State Fair against Oklahoma.
And I'm telling you, they're gunning for them because of what happened last year.
And Georgia is not going to not show up in Arlington. Am I right?
That's going to be a big game. Guys, mark that down on your calendar. Georgia and Texas. What is the date for that? Did you see? It's 1, 2,
October
3, 4, 7th. 7th.
I think it was October 9th.
That's going to be a big one.
Is that right after Oklahoma?
Well, we're predicting it's going to be 2 top 6 teams.
Yes, no doubt. They both could be undefeated.
Possibly.
Georgia
and worse, both of them's going to have 1 loss.
Yeah. Not unless Oklahoma beats them the week before at the Red River game.
I just don't think so.
And is Bama beat Georgia, or Georgia beats Bama a few weeks because they play
that's
early.
A toss-up.
So they play early.
Is that Georgia's first? Is that Georgia's toughest game? Well, Georgia's got Clemson, which I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, I would sweat about that and late at night.
That's your game of the. Georgia's got some good matchups this year. Georgia got a tough schedule. Guys, right now, I mean, y'all don't turn on me, but I've got LSU. I've got Texas and Ole Miss being better than anybody in the conference.
Well, because their schedules ain't bad.
No, their schedules aren't bad.
And they got their quarterbacks back. And they got all their offensive linemen back. And they got a good running game.
They do.
It's a recipe. If you want a recipe to win, it's what? Bring back our coach, get our quarterback back. Not just a quarterback. Yours is starting his third year. Jackson Dart, third year.
And played before.
Offensive line, pretty good. Run the ball, yes.
So here it is. Right now. I mean, we're going to end up, I'm telling you, Ole Miss and Texas are going to be our favorites to be the top 2. Then it's going to be Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee.
Georgia and Alabama will have something to say about that.
Then we got LSU right behind them in Kentucky. And everybody else, we got Auburn okay.
Yeah, they win 7, 8 games.
A&M okay. Missouri okay. And then everybody else is just.
Yeah, Mississippi State, Vandy, no. Sorry, guys.
Arkansas.
South Carolina.
And I don't know. I've looked at Alabama and Georgia's schedule. I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't know if I can say that either one of them go 11-1.
I mean, we'll finish on this.
11-1?
Who do we have, or me? I'm going to say, who do I have at 8 wins or better?
Who do you have at 8 wins or better?
I got right here. I got Kentucky. Tennessee.
Ole Miss.
Missouri. Ole Miss. LSU. Texas.
What you have Missouri at?
8-5.
Okay, I have Missouri at 7.5.
I think they're going to win 8 or 9. They may win 9 games.
We both had 8.5 for LSU. And Texas? Texas and Ole Miss right now are my highest.
6 out of 16. So that means there's 10 teams left. I deduct the last 3, so that leaves 7.
Mm-hmm.
So out of the 7 that's left that kind of matter, that's going to be teams that's barely going that's
squeak by.
That's going to go bowling.
Which
maybe
Auburn, Florida, South Carolina,
A&M, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Teams not going bowling according to us.
Vandy
Mississippi State, Arkansas,
And Vandy.
Vandy.